What's up, family? I hope everybody's having a good Sunday, just a relaxing day today, just chilling, not doing much. I know we're not doing much around here, just chilling. I'm making some pizza pockets. Yeah, we're just kind of chilling. My mother-in-law isn't even up yet. It's hilarious. We've been up for a minute now and she's not even up. So that's funny. She's normally up before most of us. But I think it's amazing that she's actually sleeping for once. I feel like she never ever sleeps. Or never gets enough sleep anyway. So yeah. Just chilling. Making some the Ninja air fryer. I've always wanted one of these little ones. There's a big one in the big house that we used last night, which was really exciting. And we had a wonderful pork loin roast. It was an amazing dinner last night. It was an amazing dinner. It really was. It was like a nice family kind of style dinner. It was really nice. It's always nice to have those kinds of dinners where, we're all just chilling, hanging out. It just took forever to cook. So it was super late by the time it was done, so we were ready to eat and go to bed. But yeah, that's just how it is sometimes, But yeah, no, I'm new to this whole social media journey thing. I know that TikTok has signed me on as like a content creator, so I'm excited about that. I've been making a little bit of money on an app called Flip. And doing some other things here and there. And just doing the social media thing. It's actually been a lot of fun. I'm learning a whole lot. And it's nice because like I'm also on like my own recovery process. I'm a recovering addict. I am a domestic abuse survivor. I'm grateful every day that I survived that. There's days I have no idea how I even survived it, to be perfectly honest with y'all. Other than by the grace of God and my dad. My grandma, I know that they were always looking out for me. And finally I put an end to it. And I started the divorce process. And then one day when I was working as a road tester, there was a guy standing, patiently waiting. It looked like he had a question. And as a road tester at the DMV, I was just technically a contractor, so I didn't really know a whole lot about what happened inside the office. So I was expecting one of these two girls to say, "Oh yeah, can I help you, sir?" And nothing happened. So, I was like, "Sir, is there something that I can assist you with?" And before he could even say anything, like in my head, screaming in my head, I can hear my dad's voice saying, "He's here, he's finally here. This is the one, Beck, this is the one. This is the one you've been waiting for." I know it's hard for some of y'all to believe that. My dad and I had a very special connection. and people don't understand that. And my dad and I just had a very special connection. So when I heard him screaming in my head, this is the one, Beck. He's finally here. He's finally fucking here. This is the fucking one, Beck. He's finally here. I couldn't ignore that. So I asked him, I said, is there anything I can help you with? And he's like, I think there's something wrong with the computer. Like, it shut off, like, really fast. Like, I don't even think it asked, like, half the questions. And I was like, no, sir, I don't think there's anything wrong with the test. Just go ahead and get in line B, and they'll tell you what to do from there. Because, like, on the test at the DMV, like, once you've answered so many questions correctly, they know that you're not going to fail, so that they just shut the test off. Most people don't know that. But so he had gotten to the point of where he had answered all of the questions correctly, and there was no way he was going to fail, so they just stopped the test. And so he thought he had fucked up somehow, and he hadn't. And so I ended up being his road tester that day, and it's kind of history from there. We talked a little on the road test. After the road test, he asked me for my number. He actually had the balls, and that really impressed me. And by this point, I'd already started the divorce process and everything. And, like, yeah, I had had a lot of trauma. And I gave him my number, and I kind of explained a little bit about the situation. And I told him, I said, like, if you want to text me, like, here's my number. Like, I'll give you more information if you decide to text me, but my life is a mess right now. Like, the only good thing I have going on right now is this job at the DMV, and it's not even that great. It was a bunch of fucking snake pits. But anyway, but yeah, he ended up texting me, and I explained a little bit more, and I explained how dangerous it was, like that I had an order of protection. He's actually the one who fixed the wall that I had been thrown through. And we also fixed the door jamb. That had been kicked open, trying to get at me. He saw the damage that was done to the house, so he could only imagine the damage that was done to me, and it really made him mad. And rightfully so, and I told him then, I said, like, please, like, this is a lot to deal with, like, I don't know, like, if you should get involved right now, like, maybe we should wait. But we didn't want to wait. So we didn't. We've had our ups and downs, like every couple, but I'm grateful for him every day. I truly am. He truly is my person. I know that for a fact. He understands me like nobody else. We both had very, very traumatic childhoods. And, yeah. So we understand each other very much. In ways that other people can't understand. So, yeah. But yeah. You just sometimes meet those people that you know are the right ones. And then it turns out that they really, really are the right ones, and they really do understand you, and they really do love you, and they really do support you, you know, in all your hopes and dreams, and they really do want you to succeed. You know, like, he's live on Twitch right now, playing Call of Duty. You know, he's sponsored by W, and it really is amazing, and I am just so very proud of him, you know, and he's very proud of me for being, you know, on TikTok and stuff, and doing all of that, and, you know, things are, you know, getting better for us, you know, and it really is just amazing. It really is.